Moving away from home was one of the hardest but best decisions I ever made. It was uncomfortable, I felt lonely at times, and I had to figure everything out on my own. But that's exactly why it was so powerful. Most people never leave their comfort zones, and because of that, they stay stuck in the same routines, with the same mindset and the same limitations. Looking back, I can confidently say that moving away forced me to grow in ways that I never would have if I had stayed. So today, I want to break down exactly why leaving home was the best thing I ever did and why you should seriously consider it too. Firstly, I grew faster than ever when I left home. There was no safety net. I had to manage on my own money, learn to budget, make my own decisions, and handle life's problems without anyone there to bail me out. I quickly realized that nobody was coming to save me. I either figured it out or I didn't. And that forced me to step up as a man. I became more independent, more responsible, and more confident in myself. Looking back, I can't imagine who I'd be today if I hadn't been thrown into that kind of challenge. At the age of 20, it definitely grew me as a person. In this time frame, I found out who I really was. When you grow up in one place, you don't realize how much of your identity is shaped by your environment, your friends, your family, your school, your college, the city or village you live in. But when you move away, you get to hit reset. You're no longer the person everyone at home expects you to be. You get to decide who you actually are. What do you want out of life? What do you truly believe in? Who do you want to surround yourself with? Moving away forced me to answer those questions for myself, instead of just going along with what I grew up around. Moving away isn't easy. During this time, I built real mental toughness. There were days where I felt alone, where things didn't go as planned, where I questioned if I made the right decision. But that's exactly what made me stronger. Most people never put themselves in situations where they have to adapt, and that's where they never grow. When you move somewhere new, you don't have a choice. You either figure it out or you fold. And once you prove to yourself you can handle it, you walk through life very differently, with a newfound confidence. You develop that quiet confidence because you know that no matter what happens, you'll find a way to handle it. During this time, I really expanded my network and my opportunities. The thing is, the hometown you live in can be limited. It's the same people, the same conversations, the same way of thinking. But when I moved away, I got exposed to new perspectives, new opportunities, and new people who helped me grow, from different cultures, different backgrounds, different political views. The people you surround yourself with really shape your future. And when you put yourself in a new environment, you start seeing doors open that would have never existed if you'd stayed in the same place. As a result of me moving away and meeting new people, learning new cultures, I started to have a newfound respect for different types of people. Instead of judging people harshly because of the mental view of where I was from, I became more optimistic and more of a critical thinker, which definitely expanded my skill sets and my intellect. And during this time is where my character truly developed, and I became who I am today. And now I still have a long way to go, but definitely moving out of my hometown massively changed my worldview about how the world was and what the world is, and who I am and where I fit in all of it. I also gained a massive found appreciation and gratitude for my home whenever I visited it. Here's the funny thing, when I finally went back home, I saw everything very differently. I started appreciating my family more. I realized how much I had grown, and I even saw why I had to leave the home in the first place. Moving away isn't about never returning. It's about giving yourself the space to grow into the person you knew you were meant to be. If you're thinking about moving away but you're scared, ask yourself this. Are you staying because it's truly what you want, or because it's what's comfortable? However, a big skill I learned by moving away was what the difference was between being happy and being comfortable. A lot of people mistake comfort for happiness. They think that just because they're in a place where everything is familiar, where nothing challenges them, that they're happy. But comfort can be dangerous. It keeps you from evolving. When I moved, I realized that true happiness comes from growth, from pushing yourself, from experiencing new things. It's not just about staying where things are easy. It's about gaining the confidence to become someone who can thrive pretty much anywhere. I personally found a lot of happiness in being able to make my own mistakes. I think moving away from home definitely allows you the luxury of being responsible for yourself. Now, this can be a bad thing if you make it, but having the freedom to make my own mistakes and learn from them really helped me grow as a person. And ultimately, it made me a lot happier over time, because I got to learn about what I liked, what I didn't like, and go from there. No one was making decisions for me. And while moving away on your own can give you a level of anxiety, I do find that anxiousness can push you to improve. You see, when you're at home, you always have a backup. Your family, your friends, the places you know. But when you move away and it's just you start figuring out how to make things work, how to solve problems, how to navigate life without constant reassurance. And that's something a lot of people never learn because they never leave home. When you're on your own, you gain a level of self-reliance, and that's impossible to develop when you're always in a safety net. And these basic skills build self-accountability, trusting yourself, and a high level of competence. You don't realize that changing the bins and having dinner made for you and cleaning your home weekly, changing your bed sheets, making sure your clothes are folded and clean in the cupboard. These are actually quite big tasks that take up quite a lot of your energy over time. And learning to manage these skills can give you an appreciation for your parents who have done it for you since you were born. Moving away made me realize that you grow through what you go through. If you're thinking about moving away from home, I would absolutely recommend it. Even if it's just for 6 months, 3 months, even a year. It might just give you the confidence to start trying new things. Worst case scenario, you likely have a lovely home you can go back to with a friend or a family and start again. If you're on the fence about moving away, I would implore you to at least try. The freedom is unlike anything you will ever feel. It can be scary at times because you will feel alone, but it can be empowering at times because you have the freedom to do whatever it is you desire, within reason. Don't do anything illegal, but you can start to create your own life right before your eyes, and I find that very fulfilling. Remember this, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If this video helped, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Have you moved away from home before? Or are you thinking about it? Let's talk about it down below. Also, YouTube has probably recommended a video at the end of this. If you could click that, that would be sound. Thanks. See you in the next one.